Hello friends. Hi, I'm glad you joined me here at Elm City for Pajama Storytime. My name is Miss Camille and I'm going to read you 3 books today. Do you have a favorite animal? I do. And these books are about my favorite animal. But before we get started, we're going to sing a song. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Okay, so let's get started. And my favorite animal is a lion. This book is called Brave Lion, Scared Lion by Joan Stimson. Illustrated by Meg Rutherford. On a faraway plain, near a cool water hole, lived twin lion cubs. Their names were Jake and Jasper. As they grew, the brothers would wander to the water hole and admire their reflections. "What a brave lion I am," cried Jake, and he growled and he prowled with pride. But Jasper kept quiet, because Jasper was timid and shy, and sometimes he felt scared. He felt scared when Jake chased him up a tree and then he looked down. He felt scared if Great Uncle Jiggly Jowls bellowed when Jake bit his tail. And Jasper shivered when Mom took them down to the river and warned them about crocodiles. "I wish I could be brave like Jack," sighed Jasper, but Mom was always ready with the same reply. "Good heavens, there's more to being brave than showing off." Then she would give Jack a playful push and lick Jasper gently behind his ears. One day, Jake and Jasper set off for the water hole. "Don't be long," Mom told them, "and stay well away from the river." But when the cubs had drunk and played and admired their reflections, Jake wanted to do something different. "Come on," he called to Jasper. "I'm going to count the crocodiles." By the time they reached the river, Jasper was worn out and worried. Jake was disappointed. "There's not a crocodile in sight," he grumbled. So he decided to show off. "Don't," pleaded Jasper. "It's dangerous and it's time to go back." But Jake was already dancing from rock to rock and singing, "What a daring lion I am." Jake was still enjoying himself when a rock by the far bank shifted and stirred. First a pair of eyes appeared, and then a huge mouth. "Watch out," cried Jasper. "It's a crocodile." Jake froze in his tracks. He was too terrified to move a paw, because suddenly every rock looked like a crocodile to Jake. Jasper was terrified too, but he leapt to Jake's side and tugged at his tail. The tug brought Jake back to his senses, and with a squeal, he hid behind Jasper. Just at that moment, Mom arrived on the bank with Great Uncle Jiggly Jowls. "What a brave lion you are," bellowed Great Uncle Jiggly Jowls as Jasper led Jake to safety. "And what a naughty lion you are," Mom told Jake. All the way home, Mom was angry because she'd been anxious. Later on, at supper, Mom was not quite so angry. But at bedtime she spoke sternly to Jake. "Now what have you learned today?" not to play by the river, and that there's more to being brave than showing off, mumbled Jake. Exactly, said Mom, and then she tried to explain. We all get scared sometimes, and it takes a really brave lion to overcome his fear and act with courage. Jasper wriggled with embarrassment. I wonder if she'll still be angry tomorrow, thought Jack sleepily. But as the sun went down, Mom licked Jake gently behind his ears. She gave Jasper a playful push. And then when the cubs snuggled closer, she said exactly the same thing to each of them. What a special lion you are. That was a good one. And now the second book is called A Lion for Lewis by Rosemary Wells. I'll be the mother, said Sophie, and I'll be the father, said George. What can I be? Asked Lewis. You can be the baby, said George. All right, said Lewis. Lewis was fed and changed and put to bed. Now can I be the father? Asked Lewis, or the mother? That's over, said Sophie. I'm a doctor now, and I'm the head nurse, said George. But what about me? What shall I be? Asked Lewis. You can be sick then, said Sophie. All right, said Lewis. George gave Lewis 10 shots. Sophie bandaged him up. Then they gave him some medicine and put him to bed. Now can I be the doctor? Asked Lewis, or the nurse? That's over, said Sophie. I'm a princess now, and I'm a prince, said George. Can I be something? Asked Lewis. Stay down there, Lewis, and hold this tight, said George. All right. Lewis held it for a long, long time. Then he shouted, I'm coming back now. I want to be the king, said Lewis. We need a maid, said Sophie. You can be the maid, said George. No, said Lewis. Lewis went far, far away to the darkest corner of the attic and watched the rain. Watching Lewis was a lion. It didn't move. Maybe it's dead, said Lewis. He tickled it. It was only a lion suit. Lewis put it on and zipped it up. Then Lewis shouted, Help! I've been eaten by a lion. Silly, said George. Nonsense, said Sophie. Lewis stepped forward. Help, shrieked Sophie. Don't eat us, yelled George. Lewis and the lion crept closer and closer. Are you in there, Lewis? Yelled George. Can you hear us, Lewis? Yelled Sophie. Inside, Lewis growled. Stop him, Lewis, said Sophie. Bite him from the inside, Lewis, said George. I'll try, squeaked Lewis. So Lewis swatted and kicked, and the lion roared, and Lewis pummeled and pounded and thumped and bumped inside the lion, until the lion gave up and Lewis popped out, shouting, I'm the king. Oh, Lewis, said Sophie and George, where did that lion come from? He's mine, said Lewis. Book number 3, Lion's Speedy Sauce by Carrie and David Grant. And there's a song that goes with it. So if you check out this book, you can sing the song and read the book. Lion's band was practicing for an important concert at the summer fair. He kept time with the bongos. 1, 2, 1, 2. But the sun was shining so brightly that Lion began to feel a little bit sleepy. 1, 2, 1, 2. and the band began to march slower and slower and slower. The band decided to buy Lion a clock to help him keep time. Tick-tock, tick-tock, but the tick-tock, tick-tock seemed to make Lion even sleepier. "Lunchtime!" shouted the cook. "Phew!" gasped the band, who had almost fallen asleep too. Lunch was Lion's favorite curry. He put some extra hot chili sauce on top, and when he wasn't looking, the band added a little bit more. After such a spicy lunch, Lion felt wide awake. He beat his bongos in time. 1, 2, the band marched into town to play at the summer fair, and thanks to Lion's spicy, speedy sauce, they were a roaring success. And this is the song. I'm not going to sing it, but you can sing it when you check it out. So we read 3 books about lions today because they're my favorite animal. And I hope you come to the library and check out some books about your favorite animal, and that we see you soon. Thank you. It was great to be here with you today. Take care. Bye-bye.